Time for some real education. Welcome to G.K. Chesterton Week. Here on Instant Classics, the man with the mustache, Gilbert Keith Chesterton, was an English philosopher, theologian, art critic, and a preeminent Christian apologist. Born in 1874, Chesterton described himself as an Orthodox Christian and eventually converted to Catholicism. In many ways, Chesterton's way of thinking was an extension of such Victorian writers as Matthew Arnold, John Henry Newman, and John Ruskin. His greatest works were Orthodoxy and the Eternal Man. Chesterton sadly died in 1936.
If it wasn't for C.S. Lewis, you might be able to call, and you still might be able to call G.K. Chesterton one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Christian apologists of the 20th century. Lewis himself learned much when he converted back to Christianity. So we're going to spend a week honoring G.K. Chesterton for his contribution to Christian apologetics. Here's our first quote from the great man. "Journalism possesses in itself the potentiality of becoming one of the most frightful monstrosities and delusions that have ever cursed mankind. This horrible transformation will occur at the exact instance at which journalists realize that they can become an aristocracy." Tell me that's not the reality of today. Journalists have decided that they are a kind of fourth wheel. They are a fourth system of government in this country. The journalists in this country are the new aristocrats. They will decide what's hip and what's not, what's allowable and what's not. Chesterton, 100 years ago, Chesterton warned you, when journalists figure out that they can behave like aristocrats, journalism will turn into a monstrosity that destroys culture. Chesterton was right.